Now, when we compare what's going on here in South Africa with B2B apps or B2C apps, how do we compare with the rest of the world at the moment?
You know, I think just looking at what some of the banks are doing here, and singling out FNB in particular, I think they've been excellent. You know, I think they've won awards over the past couple of years for being the most innovative in the world. So, just to touch on that, when I moved from the States, mobile banking wasn't really, was pretty much non-existent, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And I moved to Kenya, I got to Kenya, who's one of the leaders in mobile banking, and they have the whole M-Pesa system, that runs there, and within 6 months, every single transaction I made was using the M-Pesa system. I used to pay staff, to go on vacation, book airline tickets, and it was just so easy. I mean, it was a pretty amazing experience.
I had the exact same experience when I moved here from Canada.
Okay.
And I went back over the Christmas holidays, and it still hasn't really caught up.
No.
Why are we so advanced when it comes to banking, bringing banking onto mobile?
I think it's just part of the kind of, because we're in this particular environment, we're not attached to a set of legacy systems. There haven't been huge investments in infrastructure, well, not infrastructure per se, but in certain systems. So we're able to leapfrog certain technologies. I'm looking at just the adoption of not mobile, but mobile payments, of the way people transact, the way people interact, and as opposed to the States, here it's been a lot. I think we're able to adopt technology a lot quicker, because there isn't that we're basically, companies aren't holding us hostage, which in the States is kind of true. I mean, a lot of these companies have made huge investments in broadband, whether it's Verizon, and so they want to make sure they get back some of their investment.
Yeah, well, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. Now, how do you see us moving forward in this respect? Are we going to ramp up? Are we always going to be the leaders when it comes to these kinds of apps? Or are we going to start having companies that are, as you say, holding us hostage to stay with the same technologies?
I think it's just a natural cycle that happens. But what's interesting here, though, is that there's a real, let's say, entrepreneur kind of communities popping up, whether it's in Stellenbosch or in Joburg, and there are a lot of really good apps. Actually, now that you asked me earlier, but whether it's apps or whether it's just the web experience, platforms like Yuppie Chef, like a number of platforms are coming up, and I think now the environment's starting to form around that. So you had the first leg is you had really good skills, then you mix that skills with some entrepreneurs, and then eventually it attracts the whole VC community, and I think that's really the motor behind it. But I think that's just forming now. In the next couple of years, I think you'll see some amazing products and services coming out in that space.
Chris, thank you so much for joining us. That was very informative.
Thank you so much, Jennifer.